And we are live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Give me a moment to notify the Discordians, and we will get started with some Pathfinder. And let's get to it, shall we? So, when last we left off, we had just did the puzzle for the Radiance Holy Sword. It's non-magical at the moment, just a Masterwork Cold Iron, which is a non-magical +1 longsword, which would be good for Sela, our paladin. It's going to ultimately be upgradable over the course of the game. As will, a few things we get.
I am helpful, am I not?
A few other things we get. But there is a long chain for that one. I believe it ultimately gets up to about level, or like +4, if not like +5 or 6. Second edition D&D, things capped out at like +5, I believe. I'm not sure with Pathfinder. I have to admit, I don't have much experience with the Pathfinder system, other than with the computer RPG. I mean, I played a little bit of it, but just a small smattering. Oh, we left a decapitated body out here. Ah, Masterwork Scimitars. Those will be worth about 100 each. Checking something really quick. We're missing a key. Or it's all sitting in the room with the blood pool where I sometimes relax. So let's go find the room with the blood pool and go back to there. Excuse me. Oh, there's another door we missed.
We will be victorious.
Oh, crap.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll cut you wide open. The spirits demand your blood.
The light, take you!
Good hit.
Forwards!
And of course, when it's my character, they roll a nat 1. You can... Oh, ow.
You won't survive me.
Forgot the clerics could do that in this game. There's our key. Masterwork Glaive. There's our key to get into the next area. An epic flail. No, it's not actually an epic flail. I just, you know, the old term epic fail, I like to just, I was making a joke. Do you have
What's on
any
your
heals
mind?
left? No, you
I
do not.
wonder.
Oh, crud
Meditate on your
sticks.
mistakes. Might make you feel better. Yet another obstacle.
You are today's sacrifice.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
This pain is excruciating.
Endure this!
We won't falter!
Go for their hearts.
This was unexpected.
No glory without risk!
This is going to be bad.
Strike with all your might! We can do it!
I'll cut you wide open.
Into the fray!
Forked tongue, and I failed the skinning attempt.
I hope you appreciate this.
Let's
I am
move.
failing all my identify attempts. Okay. We need to find somewhere and rest and recoup because we have taken a pounding.
You know, I hope this war at least teaches you how to talk to get along with your comrades in arms. I think we've got a decent party here, and You could find yourself some
And who was
friends.
Sela talking to?
I'm not here to make friends.
Oh, Camellia.
I'm here to kill.
That's dark. Okay, we've rested and we've auto-saved, but I'm still going to use a manual save.
Follow me.
Okay, camping. We did camp already.
March on.
We're about to find something really dark and unholy here, aren't we? Oh dear, big old demon. Crazy Amade. And he got whacked. Here you are, huddled together like a herd of animals. Pitiable monsters, not human or demon. Even tieflings are less effective than you. But I, your master, Savamalek, can make you better, stronger. I can satisfy your hunger, starvelings of the dark. Submit to me. No, we are descendants of the Crusaders. Trusting a demon would be a betrayal of their memory. Hasilla. Well, who is the next descendant of the Crusaders who values old legends more than their life? Beasts, monsters, and human guides, reveal your true nature. Taste the sweet, wholesome flesh of a righteous Aasimar. Aasimar, in D&D and Pathfinder terms, eat underground crusaders. Eat the flesh of a crusader from the above. Find your true strength. Are descendants of an angel who, bred with humans. So basically, they're eating semi-angelic people. You rush at the demon, but the air seems to grow thicker with every step. You feel like you're watching from underwater as you see mongrels fall to their knees one after another and crawl to the Asimar's body. You hear their fangs tearing through the flesh. You hear the sloshing of blood. You hear the former mongrels snarl like animals fighting over the most tender, juicy bits of meat. Their companions writhe in agony. One clutches their head and another doubles over. You feel saliva pool in your mouth. The metallic tang awakens hunger in you. The hunger turns to rage. This winged filth dares to try to bind you to its will? It dares tempt you with the sweet scent of meat untainted by corruption? The wretch must die. Die. And still clarity remains within you. Somewhere deep down, beneath the veil of rage and anger, you sense the light trying to break through. I can either, do angelic and seize the light hidden within me, or succumb to the demonic rage. We are going to... Okay. And it's not showing right. The fuck. What's up with that? One moment. Fixing something really quick. Alright. We're going to do the angelic path, but I'm checking something really quick because it was saying I had a really good speed, but now it's saying that I have a poor speed and it's showing a red connection. So I'm doing a quick speed test before I go any further. Okay, well, I'm turning off the Discord side of my update, or of my recording. Anyway, let's get back to it. We're going to go angelic. For now. By sheer force of will, you master your rage, and almost in response, warmth suffuses you from within. Warmth and joy from a simple realization. You can win. You can save these people. The power of heaven bolsters and guides you. Its light breaks free, and enveloping the mongrels grants them the gift of blissful oblivion. Lowering your gaze, you see a scarlet stain on your chest. The wound is reopened, and instead of blood pouring forth, you see only radiant light. But, screw Iomade, the power of Sarenrae compels you. I am not a follower of the Inheritor. I'm a follower of the Redeemer. The demon convulses in pain when the light reaches him. Who are you? Destroy this vermin. Hasilla points at you. She's already wounded. Wenduog, kill. Wenduog? Oh, dearie dear. Wenduog silently emerges from the shadows. I am no longer your slave, Hasilla, but I will gladly kill anyone who pokes their nose where it doesn't belong. You told the truth of the Mongol tribe and revealed the light of heaven despite Wenduog's attempts to persuade you otherwise.
Save the last one for me. The spirits demand your blood.
Time for stabbings.
The light take you!
Make every strike count.
Inimosi Travisi.
You are today's sacrifice.
We won't falter! Strike with all your might! No glory without risk!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Almighty Savamalek, your faithful servant invokes you now. Demons, protect your mistress.
We cannot be defeated! The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Oh, Quasits? Small fries.
We can do it! Forwards!
Go for their hearts.
You won't survive me.
Why am I so weak? Into the fray!
Let's see what a Quasit is, just out of curiosity.
We won't falter!
Oh, they got regeneration, apparently.
I'll cut you wide open.
Endure this.
Hey, Wendy. Hey, Wenduog.
Are
The
you
wounded
going to
Wenduog
finish
looks
me
up at
off?
you.
It's not exactly unexpected.
What else are we supposed to do with you? You're not just a traitor, you're a monster. The young ones believed you, and you lured them to a demon and watched them eat human flesh.
I was trying to make them strong. What have you done for them? What were you doing while I was looking for ways to bring strength to our tribe? You're useless, Lan.
I led by example. I trained. I tried to become stronger so I could go to the surface and maybe do something worthwhile with my stupidly short life. And I will do it. I might be the one to bring our whole tribe to the surface. But you? Why would you want any power that turns you into a monster? These young guys and girls, they trusted you. And they were turned into mindless animals, ready to eat corpses at a demon's command.
I went through the same ritual as them, and I didn't become an animal. I conquered my anger. The anger that has been building and building in every one of us for decades. Unlike you, I have no intention of just lying down and politely accepting death. I will rise above all this, while you'll still be stuck with your pride, chewing on rats.
A lot of spite in that, and Inspect a wound on your chest. The bleeding deep wound on your chest is gone like it was never there in the first place. The skin is totally smooth and unmarred.
It's gone. It was just there, and now it's gone. It's gotta be some kind of demonic trickery. You need to have a cleric look at that.
If she had been marked by the abyss, do you think some nobody priests will be able to help? No, the demons have branded this uplander, and judging by the smell of the blood pouring from her chest, the demons will be able to find her wherever she goes. And they'll find you too, Lan.
So you've been serving Savamalek this whole time?
Better to serve a strong master than to eke out an existence in a dark hole with no hope. I am of the Neethers. Our lives are short, but we are hardier than humans. I realized a long time ago that I was capable of more than this life offered, and I follow whomever is the strongest.
I thought you were better than that. I thought you were proud of your heritage, but you're willing to crawl on your belly before anyone who's even a little bit stronger than you. You're not a mongrel. You're a cave slug. You have no understanding of the meaning of family or tribe.
Oh, so now you think you know everything about me. You're one of the best hunters in the tribe. It benefited me to ingratiate myself with you. So I acted in a way that pleased you.
Hey, why didn't you try to stop us from going inside the maze? You knew we might uncover your secret.
Savamalek is always in need of new servants. You'd make as good a servant as anyone else, and then... once you'd gone missing in the maze, not even the redoubtable Lan would have dared look for you.
But then why did you come with me to look for the sword?
So I could kill you quietly if you found it and stop you taking it to the village, you idiot. I would have told everyone that you got caught in a cave-in. But then the Uplander showed up and I had to change my plans.
So scummy. You said you went through the same ritual. Does that mean you ate human flesh too?
Yes. Priscilla found me in the caves. I was lost and hungry. And she offered me a choice. Die as a nobody, or live, and gain the power to change everything. Savamalek tore off a piece of an Azimar priestess's thigh. A big, juicy piece. More meat than I'd ever received in the tribe. That was the first time I knew what it was like to be happy. To have a full belly. I swore to myself that it would always be that way. Then the madness and rage took over. I came very close to turning into an animal, no better than the weaklings you saw in the maze. But I am strong. I mastered myself. I brought myself under control. I fell so that I could rise again.
You should have chosen death. Dying's better than living like that.
You're saying I should have died that day, Lan. But then who would have listened to your feeble jokes? Who would have showed you the best caves for hunting? Who would have made you a man?
Oh my! Oh my!
I would have been fine without all that. And without you. Your death will make the world a slightly better place, Wenduog.
That's nasty. Very nasty. Okay, I'm doing a quick speed test again to check my connection quality to see if I can actually get back up on Discord. Because it was like double again enough, and all of a sudden it just went to nothing. Okay, what did your service to Hosilla entail?
I lured those I deemed worthy into the maze. To the rest, I told stories of the horrors of the maze, making them stay away. It all hung in the balance when the cave walls shuttered, and many of the young ones decided that the time of their great exodus had come. I had no doubt that Hosilla would dispatch a dozen young meters easily. But what would become of the maze if all the tribes poured in? So when Lan ran off looking for the Angel's sword, I went after him. Not to help him, but to make sure that the sword never reached Neathholm. It's a pity that you got involved and stopped me from killing him. But then again, the evening gong has not yet been struck.
Which is a nice way of saying the night is still young.
You sicken me.
I'm gonna say I never want to see you again, Wendell. I could just kill her. I could just straight up shove my sword somewhere uncomfortable, but I'm not gonna do that.
Do you think I like looking at you, Uplander? I'll just wait till you're asleep, and then I'll slit your throat. No matter where you are.
We do this, she's eventually gonna jump us somewhere, somehow, somewhere else. Granted, we'll be much higher level then, but so will she.
She's gone. But next time, she won't get away. Damn it, Wendu. Why'd you have to go and... Anyway, there's no point crying over spilt milk. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll bring the chief and the rest. I need to clear my head.
You go do that. Chief Cell appears flanked by mongrels. Journey's taking his toll on him, his breath is labored and his sweat dripping from his bloated face. What? What is shish? Nevi gives a low whistle. Well, I'll be damned. Turns out Holbrun isn't as crazy as we all thought. There really were demons down here. I should have listened and sent a patrol down here, damn it. Horgus squirms, lip curls in distaste, and he tries to keep his distance from the unconscious mongrels. You said you were in charge of reconnaissance for Eagle Watch, Nevi. How could you miss a nest of demons below Canabras? Nevi sighs. Yeah, right. Like it wasn't enough I sniffed after every damn shadow in the city. Everybody knows the stories about demons living beneath the streets of Canabras. Those tales are as old as the Crusades themselves. I messed up, but you fixed my mistakes, so thanks. Anevia, how's the leg? Better than yesterday, worse than the day before. I'm not going to die, so don't worry. You need to look after the mongrels. I don't know what they'll be like when they come to, but look after them, Chief. They went through something horrific today, and nobody's capable of enduring something like that. It will change them forever. As long as they can hunt, the rest can wait up tonight. Then you, Lan, you save them. Only the gods can save their souls. But we're a tribe, we'll think of something. And when they're stronger, they can go up to the surface. The time has come. This place must be burned with holy flame. This place is overrun with demons, but that's not the worst part. Wendewog, she's been working for the demons this whole time, luring the young, strong mongrels into the maze. He nods at the unconscious mongrels. We might still be able to save these ones. They can't get any stupider, that's for sure, but they might be meaner than they were before. I suppose all the teenagers are monsters in their own way. That one's getting screenshot. So last, but it comes out as a rasp. Ah, Lan, we don't waste words on people who don't listen to the tribe. You act the fool, you suffer the consequences. Is that old man speak for fuck around and find out? I think it is. Okay. Wendewog, how could she? She deceived them and she left. What's become of us? And then Nevia says, "Chin up, Chief. The kids you rescued are safe now. The demons are gone and the traitor's been dealt with. All's well that ends well, I say. It's time to get out of here." And Lan says, "Chief, I think I'm going to lead our visitors to the surface and I'm going to keep going. Something interesting is going to happen out there in the world. Maybe it's my chance to do something more useful than skinning cave rats." Chief Chief, heaves a hot sigh. "You never were one of us. You always looked up. You think I don't see these things? Our life is not for you. You must go. But where? Where's the way out?" "Beats me, but these beasts got down here somehow." Lan searches Hosilla's body and shows you some papers and a key. "I don't know what these documents are, but I'm sure this key will come in handy." And Nevia's eyes quickly skim over the letter as she passes to you. "These cheeky sons of this is all information on the cultists in the city. Their meeting places, passwords, their secret hideouts. I think we should show this to whoever's in charge of Canabras right now. As soon as we get back to the surface, we'll find out what's what. First things first, we're going to start searching the corpses. We've got... Okay. Okay, so we've got rings and stuff identified now, suddenly. That's good. Anyway, I need to take a quick 2-minute break. I will be right back. Anyway, I am right back. And for whatever reason, it has my avatar moving very slowly. Let's handle that. All right. Let's unplug that. That is getting irritating. Let us get rid of a lot of this excess weight, sell these masterwork weapons that we're not going to use. That might be useful to someone eventually. We'll follow you. At last, we're getting out of these filthy caves. Spoke to Dira. Okay, we've got a good bit of cash. Mongols up there. Is there anybody we're missing speaking to? We haven't used any magic. Oh wait, yes we did.
If I were to bisect you right there, where your human and lizard halves meet, it would look quite ridiculous.
If you did that, then each half would grow into a whole new land, and the two of them would give you a double beating. That's Minagho magic for you.
They will break against our resolve.
Really?
Make every strike count.
Strike with all your might.
Okay, so we are good to go.
Onwards.
Okay, so we're coming up into a different place now.
While
Part
the
of the
survivors wander the dungeons, the battle on the surface rages on. The warriors of Canabris are trying to defend the Wardstone, but their strength is flagging. Their resistance is valiant, yet it will all be in vain if no one rises up to turn the tide.
The surface, finally, I miss the fresh air so much.
Let us be off.
And Sela says I can hear the sounds of battle from above out of the pan and into the fire. Erebeth, the half-orc before you wearing armor adorned with Iomeda's golden swords, is clearly exhausted. She obviously hasn't gotten much sleep over the last few days. There's soot in her face and fresh blood on her sword. Her hazel eyes are hard and focused. Her firm voice sounds accustomed to giving orders. She sizes you up, surprised, judging whether you are a friend or foe, and opens her mouth to ask you something, but freezes when she spots an Evia. And they glomp.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. I'm here. This here's a new friend. She rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without her, we'd never have made it out.
What's not spoken. Anevia strokes Erebeth's head and whispers something in her ear, then stands back and points at you. So, apparently there's some bond between these two.
Let me introduce you to my wife, Erebeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
Oh, that explains it. They're a couple. Oh my.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabris. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anevia out of there.
Where are
Gray
we?
Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
Where?
When the
Okay.
demons attacked the city, their main target was the Wardstone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Wardstone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabris will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world. I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
I have important information about the location of a cultist den.
Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters. Right now, the most dangerous cultists are here. The ones occupying the Gray Garrison.
We've met some mongrels who live beneath Canabris. This is land.
Most people in Canabris think that the children of the First Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, but the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Come on, living legend? A walking folktale, maybe? I just need to make sure I don't turn into a running joke.
Running joke. Isn't that a Native American name?
The
Situation in
city's
the
gone.
city.
Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours. The civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
Okay.
Don't talk like that. Canabras hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
Okay, Sela's got some stones. Good on her.
Sweet words don't change.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canabras.
Brave.
The Ward Stones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the Celestial armies. The Ward Stones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
A herald is a deity's favorite. Okay, hand to the inheritor. A herald is a deity's favored servant who acts as a messenger and emissary throughout the planes. While not necessarily the most powerful of a deity's servants, heralds embody the fundamental elements of a god's faiths and philosophies and thus prove particularly suited to interactions with mortal worshippers. Iomedae's herald, the hand of the inheritor, is a warrior angel, always ready to answer Iomedae's call whenever she must directly intervene on Galarian. With his angelic speed and might, he leads the charge when the inheritor's celestial armies must go to war. A veteran of countless sorties into the abyss, the hand fights with the song of battle on his lips and unbreakable courage in his heart. When he is not needed on Galarian, he escorts noble souls through the astral plane to Pharasma's court, patrols the borders of Iomedae's realm in search of abominations from the abyss, duels devils on neutral ground to better learn their tactics, and watches over youths his patron marks for greatness. Okay, how did the Wardstone end up in the Grey Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabras, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Wardstone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost, yet. Dascari has gone, but the Wardstone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
Okay. So Dascari is a lord of demons.
But how did he do that? He's a demon. The Wardstone should have burned his filthy hide.
Good question.
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why. That's the spirit. You, take a Navia to the rear. The rest of you with me.
That stupid locust.
You hear labored breathing interspersed with disgruntled muttering. Horgus is holding a rapier hilt, or his rapier hilt in a white-knuckled grip. A bead of sweat trickles down his temple.
Lord Horgus Gwyrm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canabras can be said to be safe right now.
We must prevent the end of the world from happening, but we can spare soldiers to protect one rich guy.
That's right. Fighting spirit is the one thing that we've got plenty of. Actual fighting power, that's not so great. Fighting know-how, even worse. But fighting spirit, at least we're rich in that.
I like Land. He's a smartass.
For Iomedae! For the Queen!
For Pony! And if you get that joke, how's your back doing today?
Let's move.
Ah, not this time.
Hey, I know you. You're one of those cultists? How's it going, pal? Want to join? Your lot will all be dead soon, but we'll be alive. I can't. Come on, leave these losers. The Crusades are over. Soon the demons will rule the whole world. Join the dark side. We have cookies. Here goes nothing. All hail Baphomet! Cowardly traitor, I swear on the sword of Yamada, you will answer for your betrayal.
We are the light! They are the darkness!
Oh crap, they got guys down here and up there. Oh.
The spirits demand your blood!
The light! Take you! We can do it!
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
This'll leave a bruise.
Magricium Turinos.
The Inheritor, guide my...
She needed a 2 on a 1d20 and she rolled a 1.
Forwards!
You won't survive me.
You are today's sacrifice!
Into the fray! The light, take you! We won't falter!
Endure this!
Ow.
for their hearts!
The Inheritor, guide my...
Strike with all your might!
Make every strike count.
Ouch. Oh, and they pull out demons
The
too.
world in crimson! I'll cut you wide open!
We can do it!
You won't survive me.
We're making progress. And we're still down to 1.5 people, or 2.5 people.
The spirits demand your blood!
One moment. I need to move chairs really quick because my dear fiance just got up. So give me a few seconds of you getting to hear the battle music while I get moved. I might also need to go grab a water for her, and probably you're going to want something to eat as well, right? What would you like? Actually, let me just go ahead and put you on put you all on mute, and I'm going to go probably AFK for a few minutes, folks. I will be back shortly. The things one must do when they are both recording for YouTube and taking care of a infirm fiance. Okay. Well.
Endure this! Make every strike count.
You are today's sacrifice!
Chunky! More masterwork glaives and more scrolls. Here, Haze of Dreams. Closed by magical haze that remains to be seen. Or magical means that remains to be seen. Basically, we don't want you to go in there yet. That's it. Or, this is for later for you. Locked from the other side.
Adventures await.
Translation, this is not for you. Not right now. As to why we're chugging down potions like it's American beer? Because we can't use resting right now.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh!
Description that's not spoken. The face of this demoness could be called pretty if it had eyes. Her mouth slowly widens into a smug grin.
What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
Minagho. You again, you wench!
The aged dwarf from Erebeth's troop, silent up till now, spits on the floor. His hardened, craggy face, like storm-weathered stone, twists as if in pain. So apparently there's some history between the dwarf and her.
Minagho, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Canabris. She must be back to finish what she started.
I can either say, Staunton, do you know this demon? Hey, out of the way, or out of the way, beasts. Or I can do the chaotic thing and say, hey, demon woman, what's wrong with your face? Now here's the thing, we are chaotic good. We can put accent on the chaotic, but like, hey, what's up with your face? Let's do that. Let's be a troll.
Oh, how rude. You're one to talk, mortal, with a face that even a mother would loathe. Staunton, sweetie. You're not going to let your friends speak to me like that, are you?
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dresden fell.
Dresden. Founded as a city fortress during the hubris of the First Minagho Crusade, Dresden was overtaken by the demonic hordes of the World Wound. It now stands as a demonic monument to the foolish naivete of those early crusaders.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Dresden fell because of me.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
dear. That was entirely your own doing.
So Staunton was thinking with his hand axe. Okay. Okay. Not the first or the worst decision men have made doing that.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
Do not waver!
An abracandaloo. What the heck is an abracandaloo? Alright, Gretch.
Go for their heart!
We won't falter!
Aboran exentes.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Into the fray!
I'll cut you wide open!
Strike with all your might!
You won't survive me.
The light take you!
We got to get that sharpshooter down because...
The spirits demand your blood!
Oh, there's multiple sharpshooters. That ain't good.
We can do it!
endure this! Make every strike count.
No glory.
On a creature with 9 HP, he does 8 HP worth of damage.
That's how you hit them.
Forward.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
I'll watch your back.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Follow me.
This one was beyond me.
Let's try that again. Okay.
I am helpful. Am I
An
not?
unholy symbol of Discari, the demon lord who attacked Canabras.
The mo-
As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air here is laden with the power from the stone. Suddenly your head is filled with voices, screaming, whispering, cackling, threatening voices, pleading for help, shrieking curses, and taunts. You blink and the illusion passes.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious wardstone. Well, what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Creepy!
Sounds terrifying. Except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious wardstone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more, and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerosian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves. So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
Baphomet, demon lord of beasts, labyrinths, and minotaurs. Baphomet was the first and greatest minotaur, a beast created by Lamashu to serve as a leader for her latest creations. Seeking even greater favor from the mother of monsters, Baphomet sought to raid hell to steal Asmodeus' ruby rod. Unfortunately for him, he was caught, and as punishment, the Prince of Darkness inscribed his own symbol on the Minotaur Lord's brow with the nail of his index finger, and imprisoned him in a maze so cunningly crafted that Asmodeus declared it unsolvable. In this act, the Lord of Hell overstepped. The cunning Baphomet not only solved the maze after only a decade, he stole the labyrinth itself from Hell, taking it with him when he returned to the Abyss. Baphomet claimed this new realm for himself. He plots and schemes for Ms. Redoubt to return to Hell. This time not to steal from Asmodeus, but to slay him.
You've already forgotten me. You mortals have awfully short memories, even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums, don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minagho, Lily II and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. This city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
Lily IIs are subversive and hidden horrors, demons who work subtly in their constant quest to destroy and devastate. Lily IIs enjoy few things more than leading mortals into all manner of sinful acts in the hope that when the mortal perishes, their soul will fuel the abyss. The exact nature of the sin that a Lily II tempts into a mortal into committing varies, for these demons are adept at reading mortal desires and secrets and quickly discerning which sins a specific target can be convinced to perform. Lily IIs possess a hidden ability. They can turn their bodies into husks, or their victims into husks. And movable and desiccated bodies that don't actually die but preserve their life and consciousness. Lily II can assume the form of their husks, stealing their face, and treating their poor victims like a living wardrobe.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
You feel righteous fury swell within you. How dare this demon besmirch the ground of this beautiful world with her hooves? A world created by the gods and cultivated by mortals. And these cultists, how dare they betray all that is sacred in the world and join the forces of the foulest of evil? Can they repent and redeem themselves, or have they followed the path of evil to the point of no return? The wardstone seems to sense your thoughts, and the chamber grows slightly brighter. It requires the angel to take path, reveal the light of heaven. Your victory celebrations are a little premature, demon. Echoing the holy flame erupting from your hand, the light also gets brighter and brighter until it floods the chamber. You hear the voices again, stronger now. They repeat your words like a choir of angels.
No eyes! Didn't you tell us that heaven had turned its back on us and no one would come to our aid?
Don't listen to her. The fiend wants us all to lose hope. She won't succeed.
I'm done with this shit! I only followed this hoofed menace because I thought the Crusaders had it, and there was no other way to protect my family. But now I see that there is hope. I won't bow before these heinous idols ever again. If they kill me, at least I'll die a decent death.
The cultists glance at each other, hesitating. At last, the man who was first to speak up against Minagho rips Baphomet's unholy symbol from his chest and casts it to the floor.
Yes! Return to our side, friends! Have courage! We will welcome you back. And heaven never abandoned you, no matter what this deceiver told you.
Oh, Holrun would still put him to the torch.
Turncoat, I'll cut out your heart.
We'll see how tough you really are. We let you frighten us once, but it won't happen again.
Neophyte cleric. Okay, an elf with a face deformed by acid throws her unholy symbol at him.
Save the last one for me. I'll cut you wide open!
Go. Forward!
inheritor, guide my blade.
Operane sentes.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, so rather than actually fighting the biggest threat, they're attacking the chaff instead of the wheat.
This is how it feels.
We won't falter!
And you're still moving around inside a greater demon's attack of opportunity radius rather than attacking the greater demon, and you're supposed to be the leader. Erebeth, you're about as useless as...
The light, take you.
You won't survive me.
Literally cast a point-blank fireball. No, the enemy did, but they're a greater demon, so magic resistant and fire resistant, so they took no damage and it wiped out my entire party. But it was a storyline fight that I was going to lose anyway, even if I killed them.
Now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the ward stone? Here's a little demonstration.
Your character actually did the fireball me?
No, the enemy did the fireball me.
Oh.
They cast the fireball at their feet. It did no damage to them because A, they're magic resistant because greater demon. B, they're fire resistant because greater demon. But, you know, it was scripted what was going to happen whether they won or lost, because my character having the power of an angel seeped within them.
Iomade is with us!
Yes, yes. Keep telling yourself that.
So my power released super angels, or my character released super angel-gen powers, so, you know, angel magic bullshit happens, and I'm waking up weeks later in the inn.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
Explaining to my fiance, by the way, what's going on, if people are wondering. But yes, this is basically the classic, I don't care how big the room is, I'm casting fireball, that, you know, is a classic D&D meme. What happened?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong.
Her spells? Spells with an S. No, she cast one spell, it was fireball, at her feet.
I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
Found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're held up in the Tower of Estrad.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting.
Oh.
Don't be a hero.
Scout the place, please, but don't go exploring. Don't be a hero. In other words, I'm going to go there and be a hero and do stupid stuff. It's a situation in the city.
But not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
Okay, so what do you plan to do next,
You
Irabeth?
heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Ward Stone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabris, but every city with the Ward Stone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must.
Tell me about the Ward Stone. Why is it so important?
A gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies.
Okay, and can I help you in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller.
Wait. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller.
Even before the
That's basically like having an in-game character calling themselves the Dungeon Master in a game of D&D.
Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think
so Prelate Hulrune. Why don't we just call him Javert at this point?
His advice right now. If only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton.
Have you ever watched Les Miserables?
The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem.
I believe it was also a book as well.
The demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison.
So,
I have no idea where to look for it.
Time now, pick up.
Please keep your eyes open. In case you... And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others...
So find the missing Jana Aldori. Everything is clear.
Yes, one more thing.
So basically, you just dumped a whole bunch of quests on me. Side and otherwise. And it is now time for leveling ups. For everybody. What do I need to make duelists? We want duelists because lots of canny defense, which is again what we're and precise strike, which makes us even more stabby. We need base attack bonus 6, which we will get eventually. We need dodge and combat mobility. Okay, so let's get back over to Magus.
Is this character called Nifty?
No, they're called Harmony. Oh, that's why I'm not identifying stuff. I don't have knowledge arcana. That would explain that.
Somebody forgot how to learn how to identify stuff?
That would be my Magus. I didn't have knowledge arcana. Or knowledge world, for that matter. I was getting the wrong lores. I'm smart.
Yes, dear.
But dodge, which will make our AC pop up. And now we need to get a Magus Arcana. I spend a point from his arcane pool as a swift action to grant himself a bonus equal to his intelligence on all attack rolls. That's nifty. And more spells. Grease. Okay, the level up. Oh, that's all right. Deadly aim. Okay, take 1 penalty on ranged attack rolls to gain a +2 bonus on all ranged damage rolls. So basically, it's power strike for bows. Point blank master. Okay, you do not provoke attack of opportunities while threatened. So in other words, I can shoot stuff that's right up against me without getting them a free attack on me. Okay. Key power extra attack. Oh. So basically, he can do flurry of blows with archery. All right. And Camellia. Heavy armor. Oh. More AC and heavy armor. Mercy sicken. If a paladin lays on hand to heal damage, the target is no longer sickened, so I can use lay on hands to cure sickness now. That's useful.
All I have to say, get up, get down.
And now Camellia has Cure Moderate Wounds, which instead of 1d8 plus 1 caster level is 2d8 plus 1 per caster level. So now she, instead of rolling for crap, she can roll for double crap.
What happens when it becomes 3 to D8?
Triple crap.
Extra special crap?
Indeed.
Oh. RNG. You know the drill.
RNGesus is not a, not a
Friendly person.
Indeed.
Especially when rolls so good could lead to TPK. And
Right.
again, whoops.
Oh, and we've got a personal chest that has a bunch of stuff in it that's... Okay, rat catchers, righteous exorcist bracers, dashing cavalier's gloves, magnificent plume hat.
So the hat is magnificent because it has the plume?
5 bonus... Oh, so it's basically a pimp hat. 5 plus 5 bonus to max HP. Dashing cavalier's gloves, plus 1 morale bonus on attack rolls. Okay. Anyway, it's been an hour 36-ish, so I'm going to go ahead and call it now so I don't get too involved in any more adventuring. So I'd like to make sure to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. This has been Harmony Muse, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, have a good day. And make sure to if you ever play in a good tabletop role-playing game, don't do what Minagho did and cast a fireball at your feet. Because you probably don't have demonic magic or fireball resistance. Anyway, thank you and have a good day.